Hi, this is Dwight Pettit. Today I'd like to talk to you about some developments in the law which involve the rights of citizens which you may not be totally aware of. One of the things that has become very, very prominent in law enforcement is what is called prohibited person gun laws. A lot of our citizens are not aware that if you have any type of criminal record, now follow me closely, any type of criminal record which had the potential for a 2-year jail sentence, not that you received the 2 years, but carried a minimum of 2 years, then you are ineligible in what is called a prohibited person, meaning you cannot have, carry, own, or be around a handgun. Now, why is this so distinctively serious? Is because these prohibited person gun laws carry what is called mandatory sentencing. In other words, if you are convicted of being in possession and you've met the classification and standard that I've already recited, you can face mandatory jail sentences from anywhere from 2 to 3 to 5 years, where a judge has no power to reduce them, no power to mitigate those sentences. Those sentences are actually sentences where you have to do a mandatory period of that time without the possibility of parole. And on the federal side, if I may say, it even gets worse because you have mandatory sentences where you can be looking at 5 to 15 years in terms of just being a person in possession or around or owning or having in your place a firearm if you are one of those prohibited persons. Let me give you an example. We've had some cases, or we had a case in particular where a person was in fact living with his wife. His wife was a law enforcement officer and had guns in the house. And he was charged anyway just by the fact that he was in the house where there was a gun. We've had situations where persons go out and buy bullets for a spouse or somebody living with them. And they go to one of these stores, Kmart or whatever it is, and they buy the bullets, and the persons at the store automatically register and take this person's name and put it in the system as the fact that they have bullets or bought bullets, with therefore being a presumption that they own a firearm. And as a result of that, we've had mass police raids in people's houses and people's homes where they've been sitting and entertaining or watching, one case particular, the Super Bowl or what have you. And the gun is in the house because the gun belonged to somebody else, but they, maybe 20, 25 years ago, were convicted of something that carried 2 years, or at least 2 years. And by that conviction, they were a prohibited person, and therefore, as a matter of course, law enforcement could come into their homes on a raid on probable cause, because they bought the bullets, giving rise to probable cause, and in fact find this gun and charge them with some type of mandatory sentencing. And this is horrible because most citizens are not aware of this type of strict gun criminal liability. And it's something we as citizens need to be very much aware of in terms of who in our household might own a gun, who might be living in our household, who might have a gun, or the fact that the gun might belong to somebody else, be in another room, and totally unconnected to us, and still puts us as citizens in jeopardy if we qualify as a prohibited person.